If you're excited about an upcoming trip, but you're a little overwhelmed with the packing, you are definitely not alone. And we're going to talk about a few ways that you can be comfortable and stylish and prepared without carrying a bunch of extra weight and crowding up your room as you travel. Today, I'm going to share 5 things in this video: what I packed in a carry-on and a backpack, and what that process looked like, what I wore, what I wish I had packed, and what I wish I hadn't packed, and then a little tour of our room on the cruise ship. It won't all be in that exact order. Some of it will be jumbled in, but I promise we will cover all of it. So let's get started. This is what our guest room currently looks like as we are packing for a 2-week cruise through the Panama Canal. They do have laundry on the cruise ship, so it's not like we have to pack all the clothes for 2 weeks, but still 1 week and flying, it's going to be a lot. Plus, we are trying to do some formal nights just because we have formal clothes, and why not wear them when you have a chance? So let's go ahead and talk about the packing list. I list out everything I took. I am going to have these lists available where you can go to my blog and read them, but you can still just take a screenshot if you want, whatever you prefer. I probably could have packed a lot lighter than this, but this is what worked for me comfortably. Also, I am 5'3", so my clothing doesn't take up a ton of space. But there were like 3 things that I didn't need to take, which was decorations for the door. So I had seen that on other packing videos for a cruise and just thought it was a good idea. I just brought like a tiny magnet and ribbon just in case I wanted to put something on the door to know which room was mine easily, but did not need that. I mean, it's also really easy to remember the room number. I brought very large goggles and just because my husband had them and I really did not need those, and that took up a lot of space. Oh, actually, I kind of wish I had brought my own conditioner because they did not have a very good kind on this cruise. We had gone on a different cruise and it had amazing shampoo and conditioner, and so I thought this one would at least have decent, and I really didn't like it, but it was fine. I got through it. But I did have some spray and like leave-in conditioner to do my hair. And I brought a headband and used that to do heatless curls for the formal nights. And the spray helps it stay longer and better. So that's why I had that, and I was glad I did. I'm going to show what I actually wore while on the cruise as much as possible, but then I also have videos of the outfits that I packed. I tried them on at home so you can see them even if I didn't get a good video or picture while on the cruise. I can tell you, like, yes, I wore this. So hopefully it will help you decide what you want to bring. I'm going to talk quickly about the Toiletries packing list. First of all, the shampoo and conditioner, because that was my biggest thing about the cruise ship. And I realized that it's because they used like the only kind that I don't like to use, which is 2-in-1, like a combination of shampoo and conditioner. Whereas if they had gotten just the cheapest shampoo and the cheapest conditioner, I probably would have been fine with that. But I do wish that I had brought my own because of that. And I brought this chlorine remover, which I can link to, but I think it's probably a little more expensive than my regular shampoo. So I didn't want to just use that all the time. I would have definitely brought a different set, but just wanted to mention that. And then the spray sanitizer that I have on here is actually a doTERRA like hand sanitizer spray, and I thought I would use it for that, but I actually more often used it as like an air freshener because we're in a small room that's not our own home, and this stuff smells so good, and it doesn't like clog up my throat or make it feel like it's closing, which sometimes like perfumes and colognes will do that for me. I will also link to the contact case because it has a mini contact solution bottle, which is really nice and it's enough for me. So I'll fill up the contact case and then I'll fill up that solution bottle, and that's good enough because I don't wear contacts every day. And then the other thing is the sunscreen. We don't use a ton of it. So I actually put some into a smaller bottle, and still we didn't use very much of that. I could have put it in an even smaller bottle. There's just two of us, and we don't burn like terribly fast, and we always wear hats. And I do wear tinted sunscreen on my face a lot more, and I like the kind that I have, so I will link to that as well. And a lot of people recommended it when I was doing the research. So hopefully that helps you out as well, but it doesn't feel greasy and gross. It also doesn't look just pure white. It looks more of like a skin tone. Then I also bring aloe, or this after sun gel, so that if we do get a little bit sunburnt, then we can use that. And we were going to the equator, so I think I did get a little pink one of the days because it was winter for us. It was Christmas and New Year's, which brings us to clothing. I wore leggings and long sleeves and then the cardigan that I used throughout the cruise, and that was enough. What's the weather in Panama?
Due to the current humidity, it feels like it's 102.
This was going to be my travel day. I'm trying to find the most versatile one that's like dressy enough, but I can wear it with anything. So I think this might be the one because I do want it to be warm and I like cozy and soft. But I'm going to try it with all my outfits to make sure. So I'm going to try on just lots of things. But this does have pockets, so that's nice. And I can wear it on the way home and on the way there. This seriously is taking hours to do. I don't know if it's just because I'm videoing or because it's a lot. So, clothes for all occasions. Well, I did go through and try on everything, which I don't always do that when I go somewhere. They said to bring a rain jacket for my zipline excursion. And so I was nervous that if I didn't bring one, they wouldn't let me do the excursion. But I should have just brought a smaller one. In fact, I almost bought a windbreaker just for this trip. And so I could at least pretend it was a rain jacket. And especially now that I didn't even need the rain jacket, I really wish I had done that because the windbreaker was just a few dollars at the thrift store and it took up way less space because the rain jacket was my husband's because I got rid of mine because it was crappy anyway. And so I don't mind rain. I'm fine getting wet. It was just one day of the trip that they told me to have it for. And I'm like, I can just change clothes when I get back. I might be miserable for a little while. So, anyway, I'll put this in the carry on because I've thought about getting rid of it, but it really is just a great swim cover up because I can just like pull it down. I don't have to lift it over my head. And it's just one piece. but it's also doubles as a dress. And it's very pretty. I just don't wear it for anything else. And I've just had it so long, I guess I feel like it's kind of older. I always pack as if they're going to make me check my carry on bag and it's somehow going to get lost. So I put my most important and favorite items in my backpack and cram it kind of full. And I put things like my heels in the carry on bag because I don't wear heels that often. It's really was just for this cruise. I also loved having my extra canvas bag as a beach bag so I wasn't having to carry my backpack to the pool or the beach. Another tip is to make a video of where you put everything. So then you know, or if you're like, I can't find this thing, you can check your video, see where you put it. Or for insurance, you can just be like, hey, here's all the stuff that I had in my bag that got lost or stolen, I guess. Oh, and also I'm like, okay, do I need to be able to fit this bag into this bag? I think since I'm carrying it on my body, it's fine. Especially if I carry it under my coat. They won't even know it's there. I repacked some things from this video because it was filmed 10 days before our cruise. So I changed a few things up and I did wear tennis shoes because they were more comfortable. So I used those for travel and I put the loafers in my backpack and then I attached the flip flops to the outside of the backpack along with my hat using a carabiner. I also packed some of my other formal dresses that aren't as comfortable into the carry on because I was more okay with losing those. But the really comfy ones I tried to keep with me, and those are also usually the lighter material. And I also tried to be careful to pack things that wouldn't wrinkle very easily. Okay, while I will concede that the other hat was too big, this one will actually like it lays flat in the back so I can actually wear this one on the airplane and not feel too bad about it. And I still will have plenty of shade during my travels with this hat. But the other one is just like so sticks out straight all the way around. I feel like leaning back on the airplane would be weird, but also having this one on my lap wouldn't be terrible either. And I think I'll be glad I have it. A lot of times, as you can see, my hair is very messy. So just being able to throw on a hat and go is really nice. So this one doesn't look as good, but almost and close enough to wear. Now as I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, looks kind of weird. But I did read another blogger said that she wore hers on the plane, but then because of the wind, she only wore it once and got pictures in it and everything. the once and it wasn't worth the hassle and she would have brought a smaller one. So I'm like, okay, fine. But I think I'll still be glad to have this one. Although it doesn't have, oh wait, it does have a place to tighten the hat so it doesn't fly off. Oh gosh. Wait, is that real? Yeah, okay. Anyway, it sounded like it was breaking, but I think it's fine. Yeah, it's tighter now. So anyway, I think it'll still be just about as good with my other outfits that I had tried the other one on with. Oh my gosh, so many words. Let me stop now. I think I'm going crazy from packing too much. I did bring a little gnome, a tiny miniature gnome from Dollar Tree, and I actually did. Okay, this is one thing I wish I had brought is twinkle lights because it was over the holidays and that just would have made it feel more festive in our room. Like, of course, the cruise ship was decorated, but our room wasn't. So that would have been nice to have and small, like doesn't take up a lot of space. So let's go ahead and do the quick tour of our room. Day 2 of our princess cruise. So I wanted to show you kind of how we have things set up. This has a shelf in it. And well, I guess I can show. I have a lot of so there's like makeup and then stuff I might take with me like to the pool or something. Here is like some of my clothing and journals, writing stuff, and yeah, just some clothing. And then there is like a mini fridge. We're not really using it. Our hats and charging stuff is up there. The bed is not made, but and then that's my husband's side. We don't feel cramped with just 2 people, but those are the only hooks we have. But we also have a lot of closet space, so that didn't really bother us. And then we can store our suitcase. So it is nice to only have one checked bag and the rest carry on. So that's all of our stuff. So there's the stuff to make the bed. And I have my swimsuit hanging underneath there. This is the bathroom. So everything has stayed in place just fine. It is like a small shower as you would expect. Okay, quick question. I am curious if you are interested in this kind of video about travel because I just counted it up and I have been to 18 countries at least besides the US, and I've been to over 45 states. I'm not sure exactly. I have to recount or figure it out still, but that includes Alaska and Hawaii, and I'm not done traveling, so I was curious if you would like to see videos like that. I did a rafting trip through the Grand Canyon for 7 days, and I've done some backpacking in North Carolina and stuff. So I have some videos and some stories because my brother and I did a road trip from Georgia to Alaska and back, and it was about 40 days. And then we also took out 3 of our nieces from Georgia to Maine and back. So just curious what kind of travel videos you would be interested in, if any. I mean, it's a lot of work, so I'm okay if you don't want to see more travel videos. I brought this tiny container that is supposed to be like for ranch dressing, and I put crushed peppermint and dark chocolate in it because I love that in my ice cream. And they give free vanilla ice cream included the whole cruise. And I was so glad that I had that because I don't like plain vanilla that much, but having those really helps. I think I was able to eat 2 of them with that. And then another tip is if you don't want to bring any toppings, you can, like, I wish I had brought more, honestly, but you can put coffee in the ice cream. And I did that as well. And that was good. They did require closed-toed shoes for zip lining, and they said that they might get muddy. So I didn't want to use my tennis shoes. That's why I was bringing the loafers. And then I was trying to not bring tennis shoes, but the loafers weren't comfortable enough. But I did wear the tennis shoes a lot, so I was glad I brought the fourth pair. Even though I could have found a way to make it work, I was glad that I brought 4 instead of 3. This is the suitcase I'm trying to use, and look at this. It's like carry-on with an airplane meets most airline carry-on restrictions. And then it has the size, and the body is within it, but with the wheels, I think it's a few decimals of an inch off or something. I'm kind of overwhelmed by this part. Let's see if this shoe container will even fit in here. And I really don't want my other shoes messing up either. So I guess it fits barely. And then these are goggles, which I do think would probably be fun to have on this trip. So I am going to try to bring them. I might just put them in my husband's stuff though. So I'll put that up there. Wouldn't be the end of the world if he can't take it. I do like to take a grocery bag just for wet clothes. I think I'm going to have my husband take the razor in his carry-on or check bag, and then I'm taking this is like a thing you just like scrub. It's on Amazon. So if that does get lost or misplaced, or just so I have another option, I will take that. It's for laundry. I have a couple of pods, but we really are probably just going to do 1 or 2 loads of laundry. So this will be fine. So I'll just take the sheets. I do love having bags to keep my stuff separated and organized, especially separate from my husband's stuff, because sometimes we pack bags together. But I think this time, even just like making it easier to unpack and repack, because I can leave some of the stuff in here and just put it on a shelf potentially. Also to keep stuff from leaking and getting everywhere, or rain from getting in and messing stuff up. So I can use it for both of those. And I did use some space in my husband's, like he brought a carry-on and a check bag, but I think I could have done it without fitting those. I also wanted to note that we did not fly back, so we were able to not have to worry about packing very particularly when we left. And I did buy a couple of paintings and souvenirs that I didn't have to have shipped back or pay extra for. This is another thing I didn't use. I might have worn them once to sleep in, but I really didn't need to. They are the shorts, and they have a matching shirt, but I like the other shorts I got to go with that shirt better than these. So I definitely didn't need to pack them for the trip, but so that would save a bit more space to where I may not have needed to use my husband's suitcase at all. While I'm thinking about it, this is a collapsible tea kettle or water boiler, and so we're going to try to take this. So I'll let you know if we are able to take it, and then if we are also able to use it. We're not really sure, but we're gonna try because we already have it. It's very inexpensive and would be nice if we can take it. I'm gonna take this for like my day outings so that I have water, and I should be able to refill on the ship. And then they said the water is drinkable. And then also this does have a pocket, which I'll probably have my purse, so I won't need it for the pocket, but I could be able to slip something else extra in there. I'm also gonna try to have links to all of the things that I mentioned, like the main things, at least if I have links to them, so that you can have them because some of them are very helpful and you may not have them already. And you don't have to sign up for my email list to get it, although if you do, that is awesome. So the blog post will also have links if you want to have an easy way to share it with other people.